Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Nathan with 6th Sense Snakes. I'm really glad that you joined us again today for this episode. I've got a few things I want to share with you today. We've had a lot happening in the snake pit recently. This last week has been very eventful. We've had some additions, we haven't had any subtractions, and we're not going to for quite a while. But we've had some major updates, some upgrades, and I want to let you in on some of the plans we have. But thank you for everybody who's been going over to our Patreon, taking a look at the behind the scenes information. If you want to go over there, that is the best way to support what we are doing in our mission to help children and adults with sensory issues get the pet that they really need, to get the help that they need to regulate themselves, and to do so in a really fun, exciting way, a rewarding hobby with snakes. So go on over to Patreon, check out our behind the scenes videos, and there's a free tier over there. It's the best way to support the community. But other ways are just liking this video, sharing it, and subscribing to the channel. So we're really hoping that we can get to 1,000 subscribers in a few months, and that can start today if you hit the subscribe button. Thanks for all the ways you're supporting the channel. Find us on social media. There's links below, all that. All right, let's get into this episode. I was talking to an educator from a school that specializes in the students on the autism spectrum, and it's a school for neurodifferentiated individuals. They do great work. They used to be on our campus at the church I work at, and they've grown so much they've moved to a different campus. I was telling this teacher about our passion that we have for snakes and how we're beginning to breed them, how our children have responded, and they were puzzled at first. They said, "That's really strange. I've never heard of something like that." And I explained how we got into it with our daughter Adeline and our son Colt really responding. Their sensory issues don't get set off when they hold snakes. There's a calming effect that comes over them, and it really seems to balance them so that they can make good decisions that day and even throughout the week. It is a great opportunity every week for them to spend a few days and a few hours holding snakes, and it really seems to transform their outlook and their ability to process, their ability to sense, their ability to feel, and that's what we're all about here at 6th Sense Snakes. And that's what I was sharing with him. And he looked at me and he said that as I was talking, a couple of light bulbs went on in his head. He noticed as he was reflecting back what I was sharing that when the school has interactive days where they invite someone in from the outside to share with them, and they've brought in reptile keepers before, things that we're hoping to do eventually with 6th Sense, that the children really respond well. And not only do they respond well, but they mellow out, that as they're holding snakes or engaging with lizards even, that they seem to just have this sense of peace, this understanding, this reordering and reprocessing of the way that the world works going on within them. And he had never really thought about that before, never really noticed it before. But when I was talking and sharing our experience with our children, it made all the sense in the world to him, because he had seen the same thing happen with student after student after student at the school that he teaches at. And so he responded by saying, "That is a really cool concept, and I'll have to think about that some more." You see one of our friends behind us, that's probably Luna. She comes out for an evening stroll. And so it's exciting to me to hear other people out in the community that have never connected the dots the way that we're trying to do, the way that we're trying to get the message out, but that as they reflect on their own experiences, yes, they absolutely have seen the populations that we're talking about respond in the ways that we notice that got us into what we're doing. All right, so what are we doing? What are we doing long term? Well, we hope to have educational events, and we invite you, if you're local, to reach out to us either in the comments here or via our email address, 6thsensesnakes@gmail.com, or through Patreon. Reach out to us any way that is comfortable for you, and we'd love to engage in that conversation with you. We'd love to give you the opportunity to hold some of our fantastic snakes, to have the same experience, even if you're just curious. If you don't live in Florida, that's okay. There's a whole reptile community, a ball python community, probably near wherever you live. And I'm certain that if you reach out to us, we can help you connect with people anywhere that you are around the world. And I'd love to help you do that. So we'd love to let you have that experience if you're curious or you're interested. But beyond that, one of the things that we're doing is we are beginning to breed some of our snakes. We mentioned it early on, but we're beginning to have some of our snakes go together for a short time to make more snakes. One of the most exciting things that happened this last week was that Nagini went in with Hagrid. Now, you might remember Nagini from our first video. Nagini is the really big girl. She's about 9.5 pounds. She is just a tremendously friendly, outgoing, loving snake. I mean, as much as snakes can be outgoing and loving and friendly, she is that. And so I am really excited to create more of her in the world, because I know that if temperament is passed on from parents to their offspring in the same way that it happens in dogs and cats, that Nagini's offspring are going to be so much like her, and they're going to be such a benefit to the world. And I really want you, if you're interested, if you think this would be helpful, to have the opportunity to have one of those, to inherit another Nagini, her legacy. And so if you're interested in that, join our Patreon. Our Patreon members get first dibs on all the snakes that we produce. And it's not just Nagini that we saw locking with Hagrid this week. I was really excited because another one of our snakes in the Freeway Project, his name is Cinna. He locked with Prim this week. And if all goes well, we're going to start producing some freeways. And some of the freeways that we produce in this project are going to have other things in them. And so that's one of our projects, is the Freeway Project. And those are gorgeous snakes. If I had one, I'd be showing it to you right now. We're trying to make one. So it's worth looking up to see those beautiful snakes. But another project that we have is the Banana Project. And we're working that one, probably going to be working that the most. I don't think that people have done enough with the banana gene. Banana is the yellow gene. It's a very yellow morph. Morphin gene I use interchangeably. It's really considered a morph. But the banana gene, I don't think it's pushed very much by most breeders, because a lot of breeders consider that to be a pet gene and not really a specialty gene. And they're not super fond of the things that have been done with it, but I love the look of it. I love the combinations it makes. And because it's not super popular in the breeding community in a lot of ways, I don't think it's been pushed to its fullest extent. So one of the things that we're looking to do in particular at Sixth Sense is over the next 10, 12, 15 years to really push the Banana Project as much as possible, to see just how far we can take it, how beautiful we can make it. And the byproduct of that is we're hoping to have a lot of bananas, a lot of banana snake babies, and they make great pets. They're some of people's first pets, are bananas, because they look so friendly, they're so accessible. If you remember the video that Adeline, our daughter, was in, her snake, Mario, is a banana. And he's what inspired us to start down this journey to begin with, because he's so friendly and so wonderful, and she just loves him so much. And he's beautiful. He's a beautiful snake. And so our mind started racing. What could we do with banana? What all could we put banana in? So there's a few things that we're definitely going to be doing and trying. We're going to try to get banana into some pie combinations. And eventually you're going to meet Happy. Happy is a snake that we rescued that has needed a lot of love, a lot of TLC. She's had some issues, but I'm happy to tell you that just tonight she took her third meal. She's eating about every 5 days. She's getting much bigger, much stronger, much healthier. I call her a she. We don't know what she is yet. We don't know everything that's in her. We know she's pie. We think she might be something else. Maybe not. Doesn't matter. But we're going to send her shed away when she gets ready to shed. And that's going to hopefully continue to brighten her up and make her healthy. But that's some of what we're looking forward to. So this is not a short-term thing for us. This is a long-term thing. We've got the short 3 to 5 year plans. We got the things that we hope happen by the end of the year. We hope we get some freeways by the end of the year that we can show you, and maybe even send some off if we get enough to those of you who are supporters of our channel. But we have some longer term goals too with some of these projects to get these morphs into different and varied animals. And so I really hope you keep coming along for this. You can support us on this journey, this mission of ours. It really is a mission to help people with sensory issues to find balance, to find comfort, to find a pet that fits them in this world. And we think snakes are just that pet. And so that's one of our missions. And the other mission is to breed snakes with that temperament and to get them out to all of you, and to push some of these projects as far as they can. So we are hobbyists, we are collectors, we are breeders, and anything you give to us on Patreon It goes to support exactly what we're doing, these missions of getting this message out. Thank you so much for joining me again. Again, like this video, share this video, comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything from Sixth Sense, and join the discussion either down below or over on Patreon. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.